everyone, welcome to Blue Sky Flips. My name is Nick, your local Calgary eBay reseller. This wasn't a very good week on eBay. Sales have actually been very slow ever since it was expected for Canada Post to go on strike. I had to reweigh all my items and change my shipping policies to just UPS and FedEx, which was a lot of work. This really slowed down my store. But now it turns out Canada Post hasn't gone on strike. They've actually opted to continue to deliver just without overtime shifts, which might slow down their operation a little bit, but they are still usable and still affordable. So I switched all my shipping back to Canada Post. I noticed I'm getting some more views and watches again, so hopefully we will have better sales next week. On the plus side though, it was an amazing week of yard sailing. I found a lot of good items to list. I found 2 Dyson vacuum cleaners that I'm going to part out. I'm still working out on my bulk order of my 50 remote controls, trying to get those listed. So I have a lot to list, which is good, which will indicate future sales. So I sold 5 items this week, so keep watching to see what I sold and how much I made. So the first item that sold is this Oster massage wand. So I will let you use your imagination on what this might be used for, but they do sell really well on eBay. They have a very fast sell-through rate, so I'm always looking for them. I always clean them really well because you never know where they were used. This cost $8 at my local thrift store. It sold for $40 in just 20 days. That's a 4 times flip and a net profit of $13. The second item that sold this week is my best sale of the week. This is the Toshiba DVD VCR combo player with remote. Now, as you know, this is a BOLO item, a be on the lookout item. I am always on the lookout for these. They sell really quick for good profit. Now, I bought this for $5 at a garage sale. It sold for $60 in just 10 days. That is a 12 times flip and a net profit of $34. The next items that sold were these Mario Kart steering wheels. So I sold 2 of them. They were from my personal collection. I had them listed for over 6 months, so these do not sell very well. I did sell them for $20 local on Facebook Marketplace. So as we still have the trade war with the United States, I still am going to use Facebook Marketplace, as you do get a lot more local Canadian sales, especially from people that aren't willing to shop through the US right now. So that was actually a net profit of $20 because there's a 0 cost of goods sold. So not too bad. I'm glad to see them go. The next item that sold is this Logitech wireless keyboard and mouse. Now, Logitech is a BOLO brand, so anytime you see a good Logitech product, I would look it up. Not all of their items sell as well as others, but most of them do sell pretty well on eBay if you can get the buy cost low enough. Now, I bought this for $4 at my local thrift store, and I made sure that it had the dongle and everything, because you never want to buy a keyboard without a dongle. It makes it quite hard to sell, and usually the reason people are buying a new keyboard is because they lost the dongle. So I would definitely make sure that you have that. So I sold it for $45. The buyer did pay for shipping though, and they actually asked me for a local pickup. So I actually had to refund the buyer after they did the local pickup, and it actually messes up your eBay listing because you can't upload the tracking because I never actually shipped it. So anyways, that was 11 times flip with a net profit of about $14 on that item. Now, the last item that sold this week is this MEC Mountain Equipment Co-op bike seat. Now, these are actually not that easy to sell on eBay because Americans don't really know what MEC is. It is a Canadian brand, and it's actually a very high quality, good brand of sporting equipment in Canada, so Canadians would be actively searching for this. However, not on eBay. So that's why I actually listed it on Facebook Marketplace. And then this is where I was starting to get a lot of traffic on this item, as it was listed on eBay for more than 6 months, as I found it at a garage sale for $5 last summer. Now, I was getting a lot of messages about this item. This item was the bane of my existence because people kept messaging, and it's springtime, and the flaky people that said that they were going to come and not come, and then finally, eventually, I got someone to commit and pick it up. They said, "Oh, will you do $15?" And I gladly accepted $15 as I picked it up for $5, and that's a triple flip for a net profit of $10. Not too bad. I am so happy to see this item go. So, all in all, this wasn't the greatest week on eBay, but it happens to the best of us. eBay traffic does like to ebb and flow, but I'm still happy to get a few sales. Now, for the fourth week of May, we had a cost of goods sold of $22, a gross of $140. We netted $91 profit, and it was a flip of 4 times this week. Now, if you enjoy my reselling content, I would appreciate it if you could gently push the like button. I don't want you to break it. Subscribe and ding the bell. Well, that's all for today, folks. I'll see you next time.